Hello, and welcome to a quick course intro video for Workplace Math 10 Online. I'm Mr. Kushma, your teacher for this course, and I'm excited to be your teacher and ultimately guide you through this course as you begin. At the very top is the course intro video. This is the old one that I had. You can see I think I'm wearing a blue shirt in that one. Today I'm wearing a green one. So I'm making a new intro video just for this new school year. It's 2020 now, and I want to update it. So let's get started with just my contact information. So my contact information is up here. You can reach me via email, and I should get back to you within a business day. I'm I'm making this video right now in the first week of September, and I will not be able to reply to emails by the end of the next business day right now because I'm getting just blasted. But normally, that's a really easy, quick way to get a hold of me. For Zoom, that is how I want to meet with you face to face. Previously, I always do Skype, but they've done some great updates to Zoom and I really like it. So I'm going to be preferring that for my entire school year. I'm pretty excited about that. You can add me using my email. And once you've added me as a contact, I can shoot you a message. You can use your account or your parents' account, doesn't matter. As long as you add me as a contact, I'm able to contact you. My hours are going to be right here. Right now, I just have some set for this week, but I'll have my full Skype hours set up there and you can meet with me. I'm just going to scroll down really quickly because one of the first things that you have to do in this course is to come and meet me for an introductory Zoom meeting. So I do look forward to meeting you face to face. That's where I get to answer your questions. I get to know you a little bit. You can get to know me a little bit, and I can set you basically get you started and all of that. So if this is your first online course, welcome. I know that many of you this might be. I'm hoping to make this video just ease you into things so that as you're looking at all these new places, these new links, these new websites, you're not stressed out, and I'll be able to just get you started and you'll be fine. So like I mentioned about my contact information, you get a hold of me through Zoom. If you want additional help, we also have a student support center with student support staff, and there is a numeracy EA. They help out math students, I think from like grades 5 to grade 12, all math courses, all math levels. They're awesome. So you can follow the link there if you want to get a hold of them. The great thing is that they have availability when I don't. So if you're ever wanting to get additional math support and I'm not available, then you can go to them. There is a policies and procedures here. Please read through this. I'm not going to go through absolutely everything, but it talks about your coursework, the mandatory Zoom meeting, how your grades are set up, assignments and notes, 10% each. Your chapter tests are 40. There's a couple projects that are 10%, and the final exam is a minimum 30. You can look at the final exam details about that. So communication, email and Zoom. Course tests, you can't cheat. You don't have anything else open. You can't use your notes. It's supposed to be no help whatsoever. Verification of online marks. I may ask you to do some math with me if I ever notice anything fishy about your work. And then there's final exam policy there. So get that a read through, and then the formula sheet. Print this off. This has some amazing content on it. You're gonna be able to use this for all assignments, tests, and the final exam. It's actually going to be on your final exam. So you can get used to using this formula sheet because it's going to be the same throughout the entire course. So make sure that you have that printed off right now. Go and do it. Pause this video. And then this formula sheet is in a PDF document. So when you're submitting your work, preferably I want it to be in PDF document as well. So in this intro video, I'm already giving you homework. Like I said, print off your formula sheet, but then also go and watch these other two videos that I made. They're a lot shorter. They're like 2 minutes each. But one of them is how to use Cam Scanner, which is an awesome app on your phone that you can use in order to make a scanned document, which is awesome. So you just take pictures, turns them into PDF. And then there's a compress feature. So if you ever try to submit something and it says, you can't do that, then you're able to compress it down in size. And this happens quite frequently with notes when you're submitting a lot of work. All right. Now, the project instructions, I've got another video, so I actually do want you to watch that one. The project is a little bit confusing, but you get to click on this project selection quiz. I've already tried it, so if you go to continue last attempt, you get to choose 3 of the 5 projects to look at. Okay, so I'm just going to choose the first 3, and then you hit finish attempt, you're done. Once you've done that, if I go back to the course page, those 3 projects are now going to populate on the course. So now you'll be able to see them. Out of those 3 projects that you get to look at, I think you only have to choose 2 of them. Watch my video. We can meet on Skype additionally, but even once you've narrowed it down to 3, you can look at the 3 projects and then choose 2 of them that you actually want to complete, that you like the most. I'm just wanting, 1 project might be a little bit too little. 2 is great. Once 3, 4, or 5, that's just getting a little bit much. So let's get to how a course is going to function and how you're going to complete the chapters in this course. The nice thing is that if you're in this online math course, if you take any other online math course, it's going to look pretty much exactly the same as this. So that's kind of nice that you'll be able to just follow the same formatting. So I've got a couple extra things here, and you can see the business manager. This is the project populated. So this might not be there for everybody, but it's there because the project is, I chose this one. I've actually put the graph note package here because to get activated in this course, it's a very important thing, you have to complete the chapter 1 note package. And I'm going to walk you through that. Getting activated in this course is really important. What getting activated or course activation means is that you've proven that you've completed some work. So you have proof of work in the course. Some students enroll in a course and they never actually get started, so they never get activated. But if you are in the course and you plan on taking it, you want to get activated and you have to submit something so that I know that you actually did work. You're not just a robot in my course. So you have to complete the chapter 1 notes. Every course will have a different activation assignment, and I'll walk you through this one. So for chapter 1, you can see that you can actually just print it off there. For chapter 2, it doesn't have that. So I was nice for chapter 1. But you're going to be looking through lessons. And there's 3 things to complete lessons. You watch the videos, you take notes, and you do practice questions. Then once you've completed that, you submit it here. You'll see there's also a business manager hand-in box here because, like I said, I chose the first project. Then there's an assignment that you print off, you complete, and you scan in, and then that's followed by the test. So I'll walk you through each one of these things so that you know how they work. Starting with lesson 1, it's going to log me into StudyForge. So StudyForge is where all of your lessons live, and they have lesson videos. Underneath it are practice questions. We'll go through each stage. Now, right now, when I log in, it automatically opens up videos for me. However, on your account, it might not look the same. What you need to do is especially if you're using, this is for Google Chrome. If you're using a different web browser, I honestly suggest just downloading Google Chrome and using Google Chrome for this online course. It is the best web browser that I've come across for using things. So in this lock button, you'll see that I've changed it to Flash being always allowed, but the default is ask. So if you accidentally have it as ask, I think if I resubmit my page, it's not going to load all the videos. Let's see if I go to a different one. Yes, this is what it'll look like. I'll say click here to install Adobe Flash, and there's going to be all this annoying stuff. So you don't want that. You want to make sure that you choose allow and that you refresh the page so that it works that way. So anyway, that's just how to actually get in here to get started. The very first thing you have to do is watch the videos. I don't want to listen to it because I've listened to them before. But I do want you to watch all of them. Please do not skip through the videos. Instead, make sure that you are watching them. That is a part of your grade. And the next part of your grade comes from actually just filling out the notes. So as you move through, as you can see, this one's on graphing. There's certain things that are going to pop up on your video that you're going to need to take note of. So where do you do this? Well, at the top here, it says click here to print off your notes. So that is the number one thing. Go to that little printer icon, which is up here, and this is how you're going to print off your notes for each chapter. The default is just to click on the first lesson. So it's not going to choose all of them. You're going to want to print off all the lessons for that chapter. And then you can hit print preview. If you want to just go ahead and do this, you can actually just click all of the chapters and print them all off at once. If you've got like a binder or something for your math, you could do that. I'm just going to choose the first chapter because I don't need everything printed off. And what you'll see is these notes, they have exactly what's in the videos already. You fill in the missing pieces. You answer the question, which month had the lowest measured rainfall? You can see right here, if you look, August had the lowest. Approximate how much rain fell that month. Well, if we look over here, about 40 millimeters. Have to look in there. And then you can go from there. So that is how you complete these notes. If you're like super tech savvy, instead of printing these off, you can save these as a PDF and you can work online. If you're tech savvy enough to do that, awesome. But most of you are just going to be printing these off, completing them, scanning them in, and that's totally fine. Make sure you got your trusty pencil, and then you're good to go. So I don't want to do this. I'm going to move my face. We'll get rid of that. And I will cancel. So in StudyForge, that is how you get your notes, and this is how you watch your videos. On the left-hand side here are all the videos for lesson 1. So you can see that there are 4 videos. And once you've completed all 4 videos, you should have the skills necessary to answer the practice questions that are underneath. You can see that there are 13 practice questions here. I require students to complete 5 practice questions per lesson. If you're an LS student or an SE student, you should know what those designations are. There may be fewer practice questions required, and we can talk about that during your introductory Zoom meeting. Okay. If I scroll down, oh, there's 2 more videos here. Double broken line graphs and misleading graphs. Okay, fun. But anyway, I'm looking to see that you've completed 5 practice questions. These are all part of the same lesson. Oh, this is interesting because it's showing me the business section as well. So let me go. I think that if you go to the different chapters and the different lessons, you can see that all of a sudden there's a project here, the business plan. So if I click over to the business plan, that's where I'm going to find the things that I need to complete for the project. So if you didn't choose the first project, that's fine. But if you did, this is where you can check out the questions and the prompts and things like that. All right. Oh, goodness. I've been talking for so long. So back to the course page. That is how you complete the lessons for chapter 1. And your grades are going to be as follows. So you need to submit your notes here. This is how you get activated. 4 of your marks are for filling out the notes. Those are the most important thing. I want to make sure that you actually fill them out. 3 marks are for completing the required amount of practice questions from each lesson. So chapter 1 has 6 lessons. I want to see you've completed 30 practice questions, 5 from each one. I also want to see that you've watched the videos, so that is worth 3 marks as well. please make sure that you're watching more than 75% of your videos. Don't skip through, don't leave early. If possible, I'd like to see that number right at the 100 mark. And then once you've done that, you hit your add submission here. This is how you submit your work for notes, assignments, and tests. So you hit your add submission, and then you're able to just drag and drop a document here. So if you have something here, this is like a document on my computer, you can just drag and drop it in. It needs to be either a Word document or a PDF document. So on my page, I've got orange is PDFs and blue here is Word docs. If you want help with figuring PDFs out or Word documents out, please, again, bring that up in our introductory Zoom meeting and I can help you out. So I'm not going to drag something in here, but you can, and then hit Save Changes. That will notify me that I have received something and I can now go in and mark it. Once I mark something, I will hand it back in. So let me go back. Oops. Here we go. So once I have marked it, then you can go back into the hand-in box and you can see your grades. So if you submit your project, your assignment, your test, anything that gets submitted, I will mark it and the feedback goes back into the hand-in box. That's one important thing for you. If you're ever wondering what I had to say about your assignment, your notes, or your test, you have to go back into the hand-in box. And if you click these three little lines here for the toggle, you're able to go into your grades and find out what grades you've received for each submission that you've done. So that's also a nice important thing there, just so that you know you do have access to that while completing things. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is the assignment. When you complete the assignment, that should be done after you've learned the lessons. And the assignment is a gauge to find out where you're at in the course. It is pass or fail until you pass. So really, it's actually free marks. If I open it up, I want to bring you, I want to show you one thing in particular. So you put your name on it, but there's an achievement goal associated with your assignment. So I want to know what you're trying to get as a mark for this course. And if you're not really quite sure, I'd say default it to a B. But please indicate where you're at so that we know how to mark your assignment. We will mark a student very differently if they're trying to get an A+ compared to a B. If you submit this, you've circled a B, you've gotten most of it correct, maybe a couple mistakes, that's fine. If I see that, I am totally fine with you going to the test, because though you might make some mistakes, you're probably still going to get a B. You're going to be happy. And your tests are worth the most in the course, so we don't want you writing your test if you're not ready on the assignment. So you may have to resubmit your assignment if you do need to do corrections. And that would happen if, let's say, you got half of the questions wrong. So if you got half of them right, but half of them wrong, you're wanting to get a B, well, you're not quite at that level. So we've got hint sheets. We'll probably write some feedback. I have a couple other guys who help me with marking assignments. So when you're going through, you'll get feedback from either me or them. And they will let you know sort of what questions you've struggled with, how to correct them, and give you some pointers for moving forward. And then you can move on to the test. But I don't want to see you moving on to the assignment onto the test if you've done really bad on the assignment. I want to make sure that you are ready for that before moving forward. So back to the course page. The test will open up once you've met with me for your introductory Zoom assignment meeting, and then once you've completed the assignment as well. And you will receive feedback much quicker on the assignment. Those are marked multiple times per week, whereas I only mark the notes, projects, and tests usually once a week. So depending on what day you submit your work on, you should receive feedback in at most a week for your notes and your projects and your tests, but the assignment will have the quickest turnaround because the assignment is what holds you back from doing the test. All right. Sorry that this video is getting long, but there's a lot of really important things to go through. The next thing that's the most important is your test. Now, I really want to make this perfectly clear that the test is where you get the most of your marks and you have to show your work. Those are the two things you need to hear right off the top about the test. And you print off the test. I'm going to open it in a new tab just so that I can come back. But the test worksheet looks like this, a bunch of blank spots. So you print this off as you complete your test, and each question you're going to show your work here. And if I go back to the test, back to the course page, the test will be multiple choice. So the multiple choice questions, each question is going to be 3 marks. 1 mark for simply choosing A, B, C, or D correctly, and the other 2 marks are for showing why you chose those. So even if it's a very, very simple question, if you just write the answer A, you're only going to get 1 out of 3 marks. You need to tell me why you're choosing A. You need to show your work to show exactly how you got that answer. So there's going to be 20 questions. Between 15 and 20 questions on a test. It's a timed event. So in the assignments and the notes, you have unlimited time to complete them. On the test, there actually is a time limit. And you can complete that. And the written work has to be submitted at the end. I think you get a little bit of extra time to submit the test at the end. And then once that's done, it's done. So hopefully you'll have had some practice from doing the notes and the assignment, so you know how to use your either your scanner or cam scanner, and it should be good from there. But then that's it. So then you complete each chapter in that same format: lessons, assignments, test, with the mixed in projects here and there. And then once you get to the final exam, there are additional instructions depending on if you're a BCO student or an HCO student. So our BCO students are our part-time students, and our Heritage HCOS students are our full-time students. So if you are an HCO student, you'll need to email me. And if you are a BCO student, then you'll need to watch the examinee instructions, which are down here. So that is it for today's intro video. Sorry that it's lengthy, but hopefully now that you've at least seen the course in action, you know what to do. And you can always come back and watch this video again if you want, if you're trying to remember how to do something. And I look forward to meeting you actually in person, face-to-face over Zoom soon for your introductory Zoom meeting. So have a great day, and I will be with you shortly.